Let's move on and focus on Jubilant Foodworks. Ravi Gupta, CFO, is with us from Delhi. Ravi, great having you with us. Straight to the point, what's been the same-store sales growth for the second quarter, and do you think there's a risk to the 8 to 10% guidance that you had given earlier?
See, Q2 same-store growth was 6.6%, and to achieve the same-store growth, we have done certain activities in this quarter. And let me take through all these activities which we have done. First and foremost, we have launched 3 new products, 2 for Domino's Pizza and 1 for Dunkin' Donut. For Domino's Pizza, we have launched Lebanese roll in the month of July, and for Dunkin' Donut, we have launched burgers at the same point of time. Later in September, we have launched Calzone Pockets and Domino's Pizzas. Now, new product typically helps in giving a reason for the consumers to come back to the brand and try the new product. It also brings the new consumer because it excites the new consumers to come and join the category. So that is the first activity we have done in terms of bringing the new consumer and growing the same store sales. Second, we have done an aggressive promotion in this quarter. We have introduced buy one get one free pizza in our Domino's Pizza brand on every Wednesday. And the result has been amazing on this, and Wednesday sales have definitely jumped and overall sales has also increased. And third factor which we have done in this quarter is we have increased our aggression in terms of our reach to the consumer, in terms of marketing spends what we have incurred in this quarter. As a result of all of this, while we believe there is no research to back that number, we believe that overall top 4-5 players in the food service industries have grown negatively in terms of same store growth, but we have grown very positively in this quarter at 6.6%.
Okay, what's been the trend as far as consumer demand is concerned, particularly in the current quarter where we are right now?
See, the trend has been fluctuating very widely. When I look at the same store growth, in the first quarter, on a month-to-month basis, it was improving. In the second quarter, again, there was a mixed trend. Initially, it was very good, and later it declined. So the trend has been fairly volatile. So to say whether Q3 will be better than Q2 is definitely very difficult for us. And initially, like we have given an estimate of 8 to 10% same store growth. As of now, considering this fluctuation and this volatility and all, we are unable to predict a particular number, and hence we are not giving any guidance for a full year number. We are just saying that we will not be able to achieve this 8 to 10% guidance we have given in the beginning of the year. We will be lower than that.
Can you talk about the increase in ad spending? I think on certain days, is there a certain trend that we're looking at here?
Good question. See, in a weak economic consumer sentiment, consumer need a reason to come back to the brand. Typically, marketing guru says that you need to increase your marketing spends during the tough times so that consumer is glued back to you. So when the tide turnover, finally, the consumer is always with you. It is not going to be a permanent affair that we'll keep on discounting it. We will be completing this buy one get one offer as far as this year is concerned, and we will close this offer in next 2 to 3 weeks. So by mid-November, we'll be kind of completing this offer, buy one get one, because we are introducing one very indulging product which we typically do during this season, and along with that product launch, we will be completing this offer of buy one get one free. So we have strengthened the brand during this quarter, and we believe that this strengthening the brand will go a long way in the consumer minds.
Okay, just one final question. How are you managing margins? We are witnessing food prices going up, whether it's broiler prices, cheese prices, everything is on the higher side. How would you maintain margins?
You're right that inflation has been hitting us hard. So that is one of the reasons that our raw material cost this quarter was higher, and going forward also we believe that it will continue to be higher, and inflation impact on Q3 will be higher than what impact we had in the Q2. So what we do a couple of activities in order to reduce the impact of inflation for our consumers. First thing, we have been growing at kind of 45% CAGR in past 4-5 years average when you look at. So we go back to our business partners that we can give this incremental volume to you, and you can spread your overheads over larger volumes. And when you spread those overheads larger volumes, you get some benefits, and that reduces the impact of inflation. Second, we extend our Six Sigma practices internally to our business partners, so they get process improvements and other efficiencies which get passed on back to us. So that these two activities help us to reduce the impact of inflation. Second factor, the reduced impact of inflation what we have, we end up passing on to the consumer. Now, since the inflation has been higher higher than what we've anticipated in this year. Even the price increases which we are considering right now would be marginally higher than what we had before. So initially we had thought that we will increase the prices by 3%, but right now we are considering that we might end up increasing the price by about 5% within this month.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Mr. Gupta, for joining us there. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more.